Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well today. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your prediction for December 2025. Please keep in mind it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Also, if you are a time traveler member, I'd like to thank you very much for your support. Please keep in mind that you will be seeing this reading first, and then within a day or two, I will make it public to the other subscribers. I thought that was the right thing to do since I had provided them with 11 monthly predictive readings. I didn't want to leave them, out in the cold for the last month of the year. But as of January 2026, the monthly predictive tarot reading will be exclusive to you. So thank you again very much for being part of the membership program. So with all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Scorpio collective, Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Scorpio need to know for December 2025? What do they need to know for December 2025? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, you have the King of Wands. In the top row, you have Justice. You have the Ten of Wands. And you have the Knight of Swords. Flanking your King of Wands is the Page of Cups, as well as the Sun. In the bottom row, you have a Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Swords, and you have the Six of Pentacles. Sneak peek now into January. Eight of Cups, Five of Swords, the Hangman, and that leaves the Hermit, the Fool, and the Four of Wands to the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. In January, you have a decision, and it looks like it's going to be weighing very heavy on you. I'll try to clarify that a little bit more for you, but it looks like you could be having a discussion with someone who gets a bit heated, and you'll be at this Y point about whether or not you want to continue to stand your ground and argue with the person, or if you want to walk away from the argument. So you might walk away from the person. I don't know. I'm going to clarify that just a little bit for you because I don't want you to spend the next 4 weeks worried about that. I think it's a little blip here because we go Fool to the Four of Wands, to the Lovers, to Judgment, to the Two of Cups. So I think most of you will choose to walk away from the argument and salvage that connection. And again, this could be with your boss, your coworker, your neighbor, your friend, family member, lover. I don't know. But it looks like you're going to choose to walk away from the argument, but you're going to sit on it for a minute because there's something there like, I know I'm right about this, but I think you're going to value the connection more than the argument itself, regardless of what the connection is. But anyway, we'll look at that in a second. Let's focus on December. I'm using the After Tarot deck to clarify this. The cards in this deck have different images, and that means different meanings as well. So we'll go through them as needed for your reading. Right now, let's just get them on the table. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Hello, my moon babies. What do they need to know for December 2025? Let's clarify these cards further now. We are clarifying Justice, Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, King of Wands. That's so wild. I was just going to say the Sun, and I went a little blurry. Maybe some of you aren't quite clear about a decision that you need to make here in the month of December. We'll see if that comes out. The Sun, Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, and Six of Pentacles. I think you're trying to find clarity on something. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Justice is being clarified by the Knight of Wands. Ten of Wands, clarified by King of Cups. Knight of Swords, clarified by Ten of Pentacles. Page of Cups, clarified by King of Swords. King of Wands, clarified by Knight of Pentacles. The Sun, clarified by the Knight of Cups. Queen of Wands, clarified by Two of Swords. You have a decision here to make. Three of Swords, clarified by Two of Pentacles. There's that decision. And the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. I actually like that in the After Tarot deck. The Magician. The Four of Cups. That leaves the Knight of Swords, Two of Cups, the Moon, and the Lovers. You got some repeating cards here. Sorry about that, Scorpio. Just as I was saying that, the camera went off, so the battery dropped on it, so I forgot to plug it in. But now it's all plugged in, so we're set to go. As I was saying, January looks like there's a discussion here with an individual that can get a little bit heated, and it looks like you're putting the connection over the argument. I'm not saying that you're stifling yourself in any way, but it almost feels like arguing with this person about this, like maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. So I see you here deciding to not argue, and instead you're trying to still have the discussion with the person, but it's almost like you're removing the anger from it that you're feeling. Again, I don't know who that person is to you. We'll dive into that a little bit deeper, but back to December. Your overall energy for the month of December is the King of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. This is the energy of someone who is bold, who is brave, who has learned from their past experiences, who is deciding to move forward in a particular direction on a particular matter, but they're doing so in a very grounded way. It's a very intentional king. There's no, shooting from the hip or being too reckless or spontaneous. It's like everything you're doing this month, you're thinking about the long term ramifications, the long term consequences. What does this mean for me? Do I want to move in this direction? Do I want to make this decision? So you're not standing still at all in the month of December, but everything you're doing, it's almost like you're checking with yourself twice before you actually do it. It's actually it's a very mature energy. And I'm not saying you were immature before. I'm a Scorpio moon, so I'm not like waving my old lady finger at you, but this seems to be like based upon the lessons that I have had in my life, particularly over the course of the last year. I'm now choosing to move forward. I don't want to sit stuck and stagnant, but I'm speaking like you, but I'm doing so in a way that's very intentional and very methodical. Justice to the Knight of Wands. Again, there's that feeling of, okay, I now have clarity. I know the direction that I'm moving in. I'm taking the inspired action. I'm being bold. I'm being brave. But again, I'm doing it in a very balanced way. No rash or rush decisions, very future focused. King of Cups to the Ten of Wands. There's something here. You're showing up in very strong king energy this month. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in a Scorpio reading before, but I tend to look at the queens in tarot, and it doesn't matter whether you're masculine or feminine, it's just the energy. I look at the energy of the queens as present and past, and I look at the kings as present and future. And one plays off of the other because they're part of the same suits. So in respect to like King of Cups, the energy of the Queen of Cups is based upon my past emotional experiences. I'm now a little bit more discerning on who I let into my world, who I share my emotional gifts with or my emotional space with. So the Queen of Cups exists presently based upon the emotional experiences of their past. And then the King of Cups says, I'm now moving forward based upon those experiences. Like now I know I'm going to show up differently in the future. So you have a King of Cups here to the Ten of Wands. So in respect to like your heart space, how much of your heart you invest in situations, environments, or connections, you're not showing up the way you did before. I'm not saying that you're being cold or you're being shut off. This is more, I'm being very careful about who and what I invest my heart space into, my emotional resource into. I don't want to take too much on in any situation, environment, or connection that will emotionally overwhelm me. So again, it's like, it's not that I'm closing my heart off to love or to the things that I love. I'm just spending that resource. I think what the Scorpio collective here has realized is that when we talk pentacle energy in tarot, we tend a lot to say it could be financial or material or maybe even in respect to time. I think what you are realizing or have been realizing for quite some time, and maybe this aha epiphany moment is happening early December for you, is that your heart space and the way you love and to the depth or degree that you love is valuable. That is a valuable pentacle resource to you. And so, are you moving forward with situations, environments, connections that you love? Are you pouring yourself into them? Yep. But not to the point where it depletes your cup. You're doing things very differently. Knight of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you're communicating this to people. And it doesn't mean like you're buying a billboard and you're like, hey, look at me. I'm Scorpio. I'm going to love differently moving forward. But I just feel like you won't be hesitant to express that. So if someone were to ask you, you don't, maybe you're not nurturing me like you used to, or you seem to be pulling back, you're like, no, I'm still here. I'm present. I'm present. I'm still moving forward in this connection with you as because you're my friend or my family member, or my neighbor, my colleague, my lover. But I'm just showing up differently. I can't. The feeling I get here is that what you will be conveying to people that maybe question the way that you're showing up because you're showing up a little bit differently. The feeling here is I need to take care of myself first. I still love you, friend, family member, lover, et cetera, but I've decided to put myself first. And you're not doing it in like a mean way or anything like that. It's just like you're seeing things very clearly. The King of Swords to the Page of Cups. I think you're communicating this in a loving way, but it's like, look, I have some newfound realization. Again, you are in king energy here. And when we look at the Queen of Swords, I'm a Gemini sun. That's, the queen for air signs. I always say that the Queen of Swords is the most bitter. And that's because she oversees the sword suit, which is the most unkind sword suit in tarot. When you think about it, 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8, 9, 10 of Swords. And so she's learned a lot from the heartaches and the betrayals and the defeats and the backstabbing and gaslighting, manipulation. She's been through the mill. And so, yeah, presently she could be a little cold. She's a queen of brevity. I mean, she sees clearly. She can see bullshit a mile away. She'll call you out on it. But she doesn't need to send a 12-paragraph text to tell you about how she feels. She can simply say, I don't have time. Not interested. No, thank you. Yeah, she can come off as a little bit cold, but that's how she presently exists based upon the history of her of her sword suit. And so now the King of Swords is able to now move boldly forward into the future based upon the experiences of the Queen who precedes him in tarot. And so moving forward, it's like I can effectively communicate from a loving way my new emotional boundaries. And I think that's what you're doing here in the month of December. I think you are creating emotional boundaries with people. You're not putting up walls. You're just making sure that if I move forward in any connection, literally any connection, I'm going to move forward in a fair and balanced way. That's not only just fair and balanced to the recipient of my emotional pentacle resources, but it needs to be fair and balanced to me as well. And I'm okay telling people that. The Sun and the Knight of Cups. Look at the After Tarot deck. The Knight of Cups is doing what? Drinking the cup first. I need to replenish my cup first. When I replenish my cup first, then I'm very happy. I'm Sun card. I feel on top of the world. I feel good in my skin. I feel good about who I am and what I have. And so for a lot of you, I think this past year has taught you that you can love with limits. You can love with boundaries. You can be empathic and empathetic and sympathetic and, be there for people and nurture people, but not to the depletion of oneself, not to the point where you're harming yourself because you've given so much out. And so I've tapped into a group of you where moving forward, you're like, yeah, I'm open to connections. But the most important connection in my life is me, the connection I have with self. Queen of Wands to the Two of Swords. There will be times in the month of December where a person or people are going to test that boundary. And the king, who's taken the action to say, I'm moving forward ever so slowly, is going to rely on the experience of the queen. The masculine you who's moving forward is going to have to check in with the feminine energy within you and say, remember last time we moved forward too quickly? What happened? 5 of Wands, conflict. You know what I mean? It's the queen reflects back on her respective suit. And in this case, it's the wand suit. So it's the arguments and tension and strife and grief. So people are going to test you this month to see if you will show up the way you showed up in the past. And these could be current people in your life. It could be past people resurfacing. It could be new people. But there's a lesson here for the Scorpio collective. When you are tested and you're moving forward in these connections, that you're now being very careful about who you give your emotional pentacle resources to, the masculine energy within you is going to depend upon, is going to lean on that queen energy and say, are we doing the right thing? The people are going to test your boundaries. And I think you're going to have a decision here to make. 3 of Swords to the Two of Pentacles. If I do it again, if I go, if I make a heart overhead, over intuition decision, if I overgive, if I don't replenish my cup first, it's going to lead to heartbreak. So there's a decision here of either disappointing yourself and going against this newfound belief that you have, like I'm going to put myself first. You have a decision here between putting yourself first and putting someone else first. And someone's going to be disappointed. If you decide to put someone else first, you're going to be disappointed in yourself that you didn't put yourself first. And if you put yourself first, the person who has to wait in line after you pour your cup to then fill theirs might be a little, in the past, Scorpio always put me first. But it's a new Scorpio. Page of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. And I think you end up communicating to this person or these people. I can give pentacle resources, in this respect, emotional pentacle resources, but ever so little, because I have a lot of people and a lot of situations and a lot of, different environments that I have to pour emotional resources into: my pets, my plants, myself, my home, my work. And so I can give you some, but I can't give you the 10 of Pentacles, which maybe in the past, this person or these people were used to you pouring all 10 pentacles of emotional resources into them. And now you're like 2, maybe 3. I have to reserve some for myself. And so even though you seem to go a little back and forth, it's almost like a test here. I think you're going to end up siding with, I have to pour into myself, and then I'll have enough reserve for you. This could cause a little conflict again in the month of January. The person or people appear here to be testing you again. And it seems like you're a little better able to communicate this new way of existing. And so, what could turn into a heated argument, it looks like you end up calming it down in the month of January. And there's like a, hey, I still love you, or I still respect you, or I still want you as my friend or my lover, but I just can't give of myself the way I used to. Doesn't mean that I like you or respect you or love you less than I used to, but it just means that I have to like, respect, and love myself more. And both decks here show both of you coming together. We have the Two of Cups here in both decks after the conversation is made. And so whoever this person is or these people, yeah, are they going to try testing you a little bit? They're going to try testing you again in January. Yeah, it looks like in January is when they get it. So it might take people a little bit to get used to the new Scorpio of needing to put yourself first. Now, there is something here in regards to love for those of you who want to know what is going on with your love life. I do think that you either have new love coming in, or your current connection is strengthening because you're showing up differently, or you have someone that I don't want to say they're like a past person from 10 years ago. This is someone like you're in a connection with, but there have been some issues. Okay. It looks like there is a discussion here and an exchange of apologies. So I want to get a little bit more for you on that for my Scorpios, and I'll do all three groups of you. Okay. So for my single Scorpios, I think because you're showing up differently, you're now attracting a different kind of people or potential suitors or potential partners. So for my Scorpios who are single, they've learned those lessons of the past. They want to show up differently now in connection. Tell me about this Page of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you're single, you have the Death card. Someone's approaching you. Page of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. This person is single. This person is single. This person is moving at the same pace as you are in respect to a connection. They are looking for long-term commitment. They're single. There seems to be small communication here between you and this individual. You're showing up in Page of Wands. They're showing up in Page of Cups. So their heart space is a little bit more open than yours. But again, you're a little bit more guarded because now you have some healthy boundaries. But this person is single. And yes, you're meeting this person in divine timing. And this is also Sagittarius season. So if you're looking for love and you're being vulnerable and you're putting yourself out there, it looks like you have a new partner here within the first 3 weeks of December. Anything else Scorpio needs to know about this single person? Tell me about that Nine of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, this is a new person. They are very nervous when it comes to long-term partnerships. They want one, but they're nervous. This person has been burned in the past. Nine of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Moon. And I don't think they'll immediately tell you that. Their heart space is open, but they're showing up in Page energy, and you're showing up in Page energy as well. So this connection has the potential to go very slow. We're starting off at Page, and we're going to Night level. This could be a really nice relationship for you. Whether it goes to distance, I don't know. I'm not going to delve into it too much. But this is someone who also has learned from their past mistakes. And although they're a little reluctant to trust, there's a little bit of a trust issue here. They are interested in you. And it looks like there's an exchange here of maybe information. There could be texting here between you and them. And it looks like then some sort of solid offers made by either you or them to like go out on a date. There's the spending of pentacle resources on one another, or maybe each of you individually paying your own bill or something like that. But there still is we're spending money either together or on one another. So there looks like there's the potential here to meet someone and then actually like have a date with them. Okay, now for my Scorpios who are currently in a connection and the connection's going okay, or it's going very well, but there's a connection here. There's no disconnection. There's no, okay. So for my Scorpios in a connection, what do they need to know about that Page of Cups? For my Scorpios currently in a connection, what do they need to know about that Page of Cups? One more shuffle here. Thank you. For those of you in a connection, Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. There's Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of communication here between the two of you about how to move the relationship forward. About how to move the relationship forward. One of you wants to move faster than the other. What else does Scorpio need to know about this? You both want the same outcome for the relationship. One of you, and I don't know who it is, it'll be different for all of you. One wants to move a little bit faster than the other. Anything else Scorpio needs to know about this current connection? Anything else they need to know about this person or the current connection? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else you need to know? Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Whoever wants the connection to move a little bit faster is going to be a bit heartbroken. There is a conversation here between you and your person, and it looks like your person wants to move a lot slower. Even though you're being more intentional, you're also King of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles, where you're like, okay, I want to invest, but I want to do it right, and I want things to progress forward. This person is more of Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, where you're King of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. I want to move forward a little bit faster, smarter, but faster. This person seems to be a holdup. You're like in Chariot mode here, and they are on the Knight of Pentacles. And for you, this conversation could feel like a betrayal. There could be a setback here for you emotionally because you are invested in the connection and you want it to move a little bit faster than this person does. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Tower. I think you do express to this person how much you care about them, or they're expressing it to you. Again, the feeling here is one of you wants to move faster than the other. Whoever's in that Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles energy, they're a little stubborn on this. They're not ready to move fast. And I don't know why that is. I'm not going to delve into it. But one of you wants to move faster than the other. And like I said, there's a conversation here. Whoever wants a connection to move faster could feel a little heartbroken or betrayed by whatever happens during that discussion. Anything else Scorpio needs to know about the discussion itself? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The discussion itself, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. I don't feel one of you, I'm going to guess it's the other person, because you seem here to be manifesting. You're manifesting what you want. You're here in King of Cups energy. You're manifesting what it is that you want, and this person is a bit stubborn. You could feel, one of you is going to feel a bit left out of the other. We have the Devil, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. Whoever wants the connection to go faster is going to feel like they're being friend zoned. That's the feeling here. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why this person is moving slower. Why is this person moving slower? And then I'm going to hop onto those of you in disconnection. I think it's you. I think you're manifesting what you want here. And this conversation has the potential to go a little, to make you feel depleted or friend zoned, something like that. Or that this person's not as serious about you as you are about them. Anything else here? One more shuffle. Actually, you know what? Why is this person moving so slow? How about that? Why is this person moving so slow? One more shuffle. Thank you. Why are they moving so slow? Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Death card. Six of Wands, the Moon, and the Two of Pentacles. I don't know what this person is afraid of. There's a fear here, and I don't know what the fear is. I mean, do they see you as wish fulfillment? They do. Do they want to move forward with you? They do. Nine of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Death card. This person wants victory in the connection with you, but look at the doubts, fears, and insecurities. And I don't know what those are, but every time they think about moving forward as fast as you want to move, they pull themselves back into pentacle energy where they want to slow it down. And again, I don't know why that is for them. So you'll have to take that how it resonates to you. Whoever wants to move faster than the other could feel this month either I'm being friend zoned, this person doesn't really care about me, they don't want the same thing. And fair enough. I mean, right now, do both of you appear to want one another? Yes. But both of you are, I'm not going to say not a vibrational match, you're not a speed match. Somebody here wants this to move a lot faster than the other. And it looks to be some disappointment in respect to a conversation. So heads up on that. For my Scorpios who are in disconnection and hoping that they can reconnect with their person, what do they need to know about the Page of Cups? For my Scorpios in disconnection, I just saw the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, so for my Scorpios where there's a disconnection or there's no communication here between you and this person. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Emperor. You have the King of Pentacles. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Death card, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. There's a potential here for a conversation between you and this person. Who needs to reach out first? Who needs to reach out first? Again, it's only for those of you where you want to reconnect with this person. Who needs to reach out first? One more shuffle. Thank you. Who needs to reach out first to make this happen? Nine of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, you. You, Death card, you. And you showed up here as the Knight of Pentacles. So if you are in disconnection with someone and you're hoping a connection could come back together again, the individual who's going to have to start the conversation will need to be you. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. You were here as King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. So it's you. So based upon whatever transpired there in the past with this person, remember the Queen oversees her suit. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. You would need to contact this person. And why is that? Why does Scorpio need to be the one to reach out? Again, this is only for those of you where you want to connect. But if you wanted to have the conversation, this person's open to it. But you would need to reach out first. Why is that? Why would Scorpio need to reach out first? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Why would you need to reach out first? Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. If you wanted to move forward. If you wanted to move forward, you would need to be the one to show an attempt at wanting to nurture the connection. There's also an apology here. This person could feel like you owe them an apology or an explanation. What is this person's response? What's the most likely response from this individual to Scorpio if they were to, looks like you're extending an olive branch actually. What would this person's response be here to Scorpio? Thank you. 4 of Wands, High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. I think this person responds back very quickly. Magician, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. You came up here as the King of Cups. I think they respond back to you very quickly. 6 of Wands. There is a conversation here that takes place. This person may express to you their physical desires for you or how they never lost passion for you. Like it's always been buried inside of them. They've thought about you a lot, but they still have a lot of sexual passion or a lot of sexual desire for you. Anything else Scorpio needs to know about this connection for my Scorpios in this connection? Anything else they need to know here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What else do you need to know? 6 of Wands, Page of Swords, and 7 of Pentacles. Take the conversation slow. If you want to do this, you don't have to, but if you reach out to this person, they seem to be responsive. In fact, they respond back to your text right away, or if you call, they answer you right away. So there's a rapid response from this person. They pause for a second and they immediately respond. But your advice here, what you need to know is if you really do want victory and trying to bridge this connection together, you're going to have to go really slow. Communicate, communicate, communicate to that 7 of Pentacles. That's how victory could happen. So I don't know what transpired back there since the Queen is showing herself. Maybe you felt very betrayed or hurt. They felt very betrayed or hurt, but there's going to have to be a lot of discussion about what happened back there. But yes, they would be receptive to you if you wanted to reach out to them. Okay. So we have that. Let's get into this a little bit for January, because again, I don't want you to be too freaked out over this. So it looks like you're setting some boundaries here with your emotional resources, your pentacle resources. You've learned to put yourself first. Family, friends, your lover, they may question that. They may not be used to this new version of you. You could be tempted here to fall back, but it looks like you're communicating, no, I need to do this for me. Or it doesn't mean that I don't love you or care about you, but I can't give like I used to give. And then it seems here you're tempted again, meaning another decision. Could be the same person, could be a different person. Tell me about this. The 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World. Did you learn that lesson? The Magician and the 4 of Cups. 4 of Swords. Did you learn that lesson? Have you healed that wound? That overgiving wound? So it looks like in January, could be the same person, doesn't have to be. There's another test. Did you learn that wound, that moving forward, You can love, but with limits. You can love, but with healthy boundaries. And you must always pour into your own cup first. So that world card, you've seen my readings before. I'm not going to repeat it. For me, it always talks about like lessons, a completion of a cycle. And then that Four of Swords is like, did you, that, because last time you did it, right, caused you the Three of Swords. So Four of Swords is there now. Did you learn that lesson? Anything else here in the After Tarot deck? Because we see the Ten of Swords, the Magician, and the Four of Cups. Anything else? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Chariot, you have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Death card. Yeah, I think it's a judgment call you're making, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do it again. And maybe it's a little bit easier for you in January, because by then you will have had like an entire month where you're now getting used to putting yourself first. And the people who love you and truly do respect you, they're going to respect this new you. They're going to give you your space. And I think what you're going to learn here as you move through December and January is the people who really value your emotional resources. And those are the people that will stay. And then there will be people who fall away. But the Judgment to the Emperor, to the Devil, to the Nine of Swords, I've tapped into a group of you where come January, when you're tested again, you're like, not doing that again. Sorry, I've detached from that toxic habit or that toxic pattern of overgiving. Star card, I've healed it. So yeah, there is a big wound here in the Scorpio collective that is being healed. I think you've been on this path for a while, to be honest. I just think you continually get sucked into situations, environments, or connections that continue to like deplete you. And you give in, again, because you love them or respect them or you admire them. But this is a new you. I don't think you're repeating this in 2026. And that seems to be what December is here. It's like the testing ground for the new Scorpio. Okay, let's get some oracle cards, kippers, and then the I Ching for December. Okay, one card here for the middle row. Oh, have courage. Yeah, one card here. Yep, there you go. You have ask for your needs to be met, and that's what you're doing here. You're asking for your needs to be met. I love you, but with barriers, or should I say barriers. I love you, but with boundaries, because I have needs too, and I need to meet my own needs. I have to meet my own needs first, and I think you will have courage to say this to people. And then you have dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. So be sure to record them. I would maybe keep a little dream journal here. You might be getting some downloads this month in respect to like, I want to say this new version of you or the new way that you're showing up. Oh, in relation to what? Your partnerships, all your partnerships, not just romantic. So yeah, maybe some of you want to keep like a dream journal this month because you could be having some wild dreams about this or like some premonitions. It says your dreams will contain valuable insights. So yeah, I would keep a dream journal. Let me take a look at that card, but then I'll shuffle again for you. Sacred vision, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. And remember that love has no boundaries, but healthy love has boundaries. Keep that in mind, okay? Healthy love has boundaries. You're not being a bad person by putting yourself first. It's not selfish. And I think some of us were taught that it's selfish. And I think what we've learned, particularly in this last year, it's not selfish. And it's good practice. It's like fences make for good neighbors. Boundaries make for good relationships. Yep, that's what you're learning. Soul expansion there. Thank you. So you have soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding and you understand the connection between all things. You have magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused on this. Stay focused on this new path. And then you have care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. And you can offer a helping hand. Remember what I said. I don't think you're saying no to people. Like, no, I'm not going to help you. Or no, I don't love you. But there's something here about, I need to fill up my own cup first. I like this. I really do. And this gives me this... and sometimes I like sharing my experiences with you. And I had said to him last month, I think once a month I'm going to like take myself out. It's not something I normally do. But I was like, yep. So I did. Last month I went to a comedy show. And like within a day, I was so excited. I didn't mind going alone. I had such a great time. I laughed nonstop for 2.5 hours that like within a day, I booked another one for December. And so I'm going in a couple of days. And I'm really excited to see this. This is like a 1920s kind of vaudeville act, but it's supposed to be funny and fun And sorry about that. It's my dad calling. But it's supposed to be funny and fun. And I'm excited to go. And I'm going to do this for myself because I feel like I need to pour into myself. Can I do fun things with him? Absolutely. With friends, with family members? Absolutely. But this is something I need to do for me. So yeah, I kind of started this like a month ago, but he took it well. Now I have a friend who's not taking it well at all. They might not be in my life come 2026, but I need to put my happiness first. And doing this once a month is my way of making myself just a little bit happier. So yeah, it could be just something like that. Yeah. The people who love you are going to understand. And the people who truly don't, and they were just the takers, they might fall out of your life. So I think December and January is going to show you who really respects and loves you, Scorpio. Because the people who truly love and respect you, they're going to understand that you need to fill your own cup first. It's like when you're on a plane. When you're on a plane and God forbid there's some turbulence or something goes wrong and the oxygen masks fall, I think we were the type of people that would run up and down the damn aisle putting the mask on everyone else. The first thing they teach you when you get on the plane is you need to put the mask on yourself. I've tapped into a group of you that moving forward, again, doesn't say you're not going to help anyone else on the plane, but you're going to put your oxygen mask on yourself first, as you should. We should have been doing that all along. One card here for that top row. Yep. For a lot of you, this has to do with family or people you treat like family that have taken advantage of you. 2 cards here for the middle row. And for this last row. That card was almost going to come out reverse. So we'll see what else comes out with it. Oh, yeah. Probably should have come out reverse. Okay. So the 2 cards that came out, adjudication in reverse and the family room. For some of you, like I said, it could be family or it could be people that you treated like family. Like for me, it's this one particular friend. Yeah, they're not going to like this new decision that we're making. Remember, I said we're going to have to communicate this to some people. Some people aren't going to understand. They might not take it well. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. You have pathway and you have message. I think as you move forward on this pathway, remember I said some people are going to question why you're showing up differently, why you're responding differently, why you're suddenly putting yourself first. Despair and mature woman in the reverse. There's at least one person here in your life, could be mature man, mature woman. They're not going to like it. I already know for me, it's probably a friend and probably one of my siblings. Probably not going to like the new me. But again, you have to pour into yourself first. And let's get you an I Ching. I don't always pull tarot for an I Ching, but if I feel called to do it, I will. So let's get your I Ching here for December for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Yeah, message of concern, courtship, these different partnerships in your life. As you start putting yourself first, some people are not going to like it. And that's okay. I think it's going to show you who's really meant to be in your life. Look at this, stripping away. Card number 23. I'm going to leave this here because I think you are. I think you're moving in a new direction. I think you're stripping away an old layer of you. Can we get an I Ching here for Scorpio for December 2025? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have stripping away and we have seeing. Yeah, you're seeing things differently. Look at this, inner truth without entanglement. I could love you, but I don't have to be tangled up in you. I don't have to be strangled or feel strangled emotionally to exist in a connection. I think you're finding your inner truth here. Let's read the stripping away. Until the old is utterly stripped from you, that you have no choice but to think in new ways, you will only create old patterns. I think you're breaking an old pattern here. Do not imagine the future and make plans now. Bring your energy back to the center, back to self, and honor this process of transformation. And then you have seeing. To see is to witness everything that comes into view with new open awareness. In the ritual, the everyday world is washed off, and then there's a pause for whatever comes, like a presence into the space. Don't fall automatically into the next step. Remember, you're going to take it slow. King of Wands to that Knight of Pentacles. Don't fall automatically into the next step of the process of life, but see what is present before you respond. And again, I feel like you're seeing, you're moving forward. You're also going to see what connections are staying and what connections are leaving your life. Can we get one card on stripping away here? Stripping away the old you or the way that you used to show up. You're now moving in a new direction. Stripping away what fell out, the Empress. So doesn't make you an Empress in every aspect of your life. And you could be a masculine, still be an Empress. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But this was a valuable lesson you had to learn. So in the list of your soul's lessons, check this one off. You've learned it. One card here for seeing. I think you're going to see people's true selves, the real takers, the people who really took advantage of your love or your kindness. One card here on the seeing. One more shuffle. Thank you. On the seeing, Three of Cups. That community, the friends, your partnerships, your connections. You're going to see the truth. You're going to see the truth. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Whoever's upset by this new you, let them go. They were never going to fill your cup. They were only going to take from you. Whole new Scorpio in December 2025. Don't get tripped up when this person or these people expect you to revert back to the old you. And they're going to try it again in January. You just make that judgment call and keep moving forward. You have the Empress and you have the Emperor here. Very balanced. This lesson for you has been learned. No need to go back to school on this one. That's what I have for you, Scorpio, for December 2025. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again for being a time traveler. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.